Hello and welcome everyone to New Moon 2021 Cycle 14, also known as Mod Cards number 2. Today I'm your host playerzero and we are back for more Mod Cards. So this is going to be the second week of Mod Cards, which means we are 2 cycles away from ending the last New Moon series for this year. But well, before we start, let me explain what is Mod Cards and how the format works. Okay, so the format for this week is Mod Cards, and Mod Cards are basically a Japanese exclusive feature that allows Mega Man to gain different abilities. So you can have a number of different things added, like different Navicast parts, or even things that you would basically never see in normal play. But they are limited by the MB value, so each card has a different value and you can have a maximum of 80. So these limitations will mean that we're gonna have to see how the players will try to balance out the different positives and negatives that different mod cards can give. And these mod cards were actually a physical product that was sold only in Japan, but obviously thanks to the hard work of members in the community, we have a patch that can be applied, which makes it much easier to use. And I mean, Mod Cards is a very exciting format, so you can have a lot of very unusual builds compared to the standard BN that we're all familiar with. Basically, you can have things from Charge Shot Dark Sword to Buster Shot Mini Bomb, and who knows which builds we'll see today. Alright, with these introductions out of the way, so going to be joining us today on commentary, Eurasia and SoulXCross. Hello guys!
Yes, Mod Cards are back in. Hello everybody. Remember, this is Mod Cards number 2, and I'm here with my buddy Soul.
That's right. Ready and locked and loaded. And we definitely got some interesting cards to showcase today. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Whenever there are Mod Cards, or especially whenever there's Battle Network, I am always excited.
Same here. Let's get it.
Let's do it. Our first match is Nonstopmop versus Thiago. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. I see with Nonstopmop. Okay, should we go with a mod card build first, or should we go with the full build?
Let's talk about the mod cards first. I think that's the showcase, yeah?
Oh, okay. Just one addendum to add to what playerzero mentioned about the mod cards. Mod cards were the original DLC, if you want to call it, since you actually had to buy it in order to use it. And Nonstopmop is using numbers. Numbers is considered one of the most expensive mod cards. If you wanted to buy it physical, it is an incredibly expensive card. We're talking several hundreds of dollars if you actually want to get your hands on the real deal. So I am very happy that mod cards is very accessible to everybody. Numbers. The reason numbers is so valued is the effect of numbers is its effect is custom +1, mega folder +1, and giga folder +1. With the only downsides being that your charge shot returns to a normal buster shot, and you end up getting the custom bug, which takes away 30 HP every time you open the custom screen, which is not that bad considering you're getting custom +1 and a mega and a giga in your folder for just 17 MB. Considering how your limit is 80, that's a lot of good effects for just 17.
Combo with these effects, we have the Charge Rider for Bombcorn, as well as support from the likes of Spark and Shaky. So the term Charge Rider actually comes from the fact that you're using a charge shot from the mod card as the base or the core of the folder or the idea of your build. And Bomb Corn very obviously gives you the corn shot charge shot, which allows you to do a decent amount of damage, which is, I believe, a 50 damage. I think it hits multiple times as well. It hits like 3 times. So it's actually not a bad charge shot to have. It also creates grass panels, which allows you to combo with fire chips in your folder if you have.
Oh right. Speaking of that, as you mentioned that Bombcorn gives you the corn chip charge shot. The order of your mod cards actually affects your the order in which you use your mod cards is actually important. As mentioned, numbers, it has a negative effect of forcing you to have a default charge shot, but if you put corn right below it, it forces your charge shot to be corn. So the order of your mod cards is very important. So if you have a mod card that has a negative effect, you should add one that removes it or totally overrides it with a positive effect, if possible. So that literally adds another layer of strategy.
Speaking of strategy, we can quickly glance over Thiago's mod cards as well. Thiago is running the Mighty Octon setup, which is giving him +3 attack on both Mighty and Octon. This is for the Buster Bug strategy. It gives him attack 9 after a hub batch and after a Buster Up, which he has regged as well. 10 with attack 10 with the Buster Up actually. So it gives you a nice, really powerful DPS tool in the form of your Buster as you hit those Buster Bug procs. And thanks to Top Man, you get those Buster Bug procs for free without having to dig for bug fix or anything. So you can immediately start popping off with these Buster Bug procs at the very beginning of the match without having to worry about digging necessarily.
A quick reminder: the Buster Bug is basically a small chance of your Buster jamming, but you also have an even smaller chance of your Buster just firing a charge shot in place of an OP shot, which is 10 times the damage. So a 9 Buster will end up firing a 90 damage charge shot every now and then. But
see how this matches up against Nonstopmop's beautiful anti-damage setup here, because once you press B back with the anti-damage in your Navicust, you actually trigger a trap, which can allow you to avoid a ton of damage from Buster procs. So it seems like Nonstop actually had a build in mind to combat Buster strategies, which is going to be what we're looking out for in this matchup.
Few final words. Nonstopmop has Nightmare, which has the negative effect of both color and emotion bug, and Totem, which Totem provides you with a chip heal. There are two levels of chip heal. One lower level that gives 40 HP per chip used. It doesn't matter even if it goes poof. Just as long as you press A with a chip, you end up getting healed. It's 40 HP, and then there's another one that provides 80 HP. So we're gonna see some HP heals from Nonstopmop, and well, from both of them, since both of them are using Top Man. So 40 HP per chip, with a folder of 30. That's a total potential of what? Let's see, 30 times 40. Yeah, that's around 1200 HP healing right there, if you manage to use every chip. I don't believe a beat grab counts, or rush grab counts for healing.
You do.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so there's a good amount of healing. All right. One last thing we should also mention: Nonstopmop is using Gregor. Gregor was an exclusive chip to the Japanese games, which was only obtainable with, again, an e-reader card like the mod cards. But it's a very powerful chip. It's gonna be fun to see that. Anything else? Is there anything else we should be mentioning? Oh,
I don't think so. Let's just get into the game so we get this battle started.
You're right. Actions speak louder than words. Let's do it. Oh boy, they're using the Battle Network 5 boss music.
Oh, good. One of the classics, absolutely. You know, being able to get the bonus music and still play this game is one of the joys I have in life, bro. For real. But unfortunately, when you play mod cards, you have to keep the Japanese patch, the English patch off in order to get the modified music, and I can't read Japanese very well, so it makes it a little bit harder for me to get the mod card setups and get the music going too, but it's still cool when you can, so this is a treat.
Ooh. 2, 3 hits. Oh no, we can't see anything. Ooh, corn. Oh man.
No, immediately seeing those charge shots proccing, and Magnum will date a D-Cross here. Oh, and okay, no, there's air shoes in play, of course.
Yeah, so we're gonna be seeing air shoes used a lot more frequently, since with mod cards, it's a lot easier to use a mod card with air shoes than it is than using the actual Navi customizer piece.
Yeah, the mod cards definitely give you way more room to put in different effects for Mega Man, so it's kind of hard to not get air shoes in with all that extra value you get out of those cards.
Yeah, so the Satella mod card that Thiago's using is giving him air shoes.
Or will protect here from Element Man. You can go for a grass here, possible setup for a fire chip follow-up, perhaps? No. Okay, maybe there's one coming in the next turn.
Oh, we see some static up in here. Because of the bug from the mod card, that makes static much easier to get to max level.
Thiago does have static in the folder as well as a heat dragon, so locking down any of those chips will get rid of the aura immediately, as we just saw. And type 2, uninstall with it as well. Oh, but misses the confirm for the ground man.
Oh my gosh. I really enjoyed the moment you mentioned static for Thiago, he ends up using it. Good timing. Yes.
Now that the static was used, Pipe Forward is actually taken care of. Magnum will deny the center panel, especially after an uninstall. This is really good. Oh,
I'm still erased.
Oh, I love this. It's so quick too.
Pop. Oh yeah, quick reminder, when your charge shot changes to a chip, it's always the lowest level chip, so that's Corn Shot 1. But that still hurts.
If you get the multiple hits, yeah, that's like an easy 150, 100. Oh, it's only 2 hits. Okay, so it's 100 damage per shot. It is possible to walk out of it, which is what Thiago was trying to go for there in order to not take too much damage. Double Beast will be denied here by this Invis as well.
Yo, that missed Double Beast, which is one more Japanese exclusive chip. Which is why it's W. There aren't too many good chips in W.
I disagree with that comment, actually. I think there's a lot of good chips in W. You got Magnums, Barrier 200.
Oh, right.
Double Beast. Yeah. But yeah. Okay.
Ooh,
Raceman gonna get a ×2 here as well. Oh, but isn't able to get out that Blast Man in time. And we'll carry it into the next turn, trying to get some value off of it. There's grass on the opposite side of the field, so you want to get that 500. Maybe that ×2 from a motion blood glitch too.
Oh, that ×2 fire! Watch out! Ooh, 500!
Oh, and dodges too! Very nice!
Oh, that was close. That ground man. Would have been bad if that ground man hit.
For 188 HP is a very low range. Double Beast after like 1 or 2 charge shots would confirm and end this game immediately. And we see that Nonstop is going for it right now, so it's a possible we can see it all end in this turn. Oh, but the recovers will bring Thiago back to a sizable amount of HP.
Oh, that corn dodge!
That was very close.
Double Beast!
Nice.
Invisible.
Thiago packed that defenses just to make sure this could be denied. He knew that was going to be an option coming into this turn. Really great awareness from Thiago here.
Yeah, the Thiago had anti-damage and invisible ready. Although it cost 2 chips, it was worth avoiding that. How much is it? For 400? Is it 320 or 420?
Definitely 420. That is a scary chip, bro. So, you don't want nothing to do with it.
Ooh, how batch?
Night, and we do see some value coming out of the back, the anti-damage here.
Go.
Now, we do see Delta Ray in Nonstop's hand and Gregor. Gregor could easily do a ton of damage here. Oh, but the defense there. Really smart, but Nonstop's gonna end the turn immediately. Oh, no, he's just waiting. What is he waiting for?
Oh, that Gregor.
Okay, so in that moment, we saw Nonstop actually hold on to the full cust until the invisible ran out. I'm not sure if I agree with that decision because you could have just ended the turn and still kept your intangibility going into the following turn, forcing Thiago to have to deal with it in some kind of way. I'm not sure if this is the correct play to wait for it to time out, but we'll see how this works out.
Oh.
Oh, I like this actually. Camping the bottom 2 rows would force Thiago forward. Maybe he wants to go for a charge shot.
Uh-oh.
I think holding the chips here was definitely the correct play. Camping the bottom means you're denying Thiago a ton of damage. You can even go for your back B procs and try to get this Delta Ray to at least take out this barrier here.
I'm fairly sure Thiago's holding back because he's aware that Nonstopmop has that Gregor. And Gregor does not reach the back row with his main attack.
I agree completely. There's also the chance that he's trying to respect Delta Ray edge as well because the open setups are there. So he knows that chip is in the folder. Oh, he came out anyway. Oh no! Oh, he didn't get the full synchro.
Let's do it! No! Delta Ray! That was so close for a full synchro.
If the full synchro hit there, oh my gosh! Nonstopmop going in here, trying to get this area back. All right, nice. He escaped to the end of the turn. No aura left. Not many defenses left in Thiago's folder either. This Gregor could potentially finish the game.
Oh, get in! Oh! Kissed by a starfish. That's what a way to go.
Oh my gosh. If Nonstop was just able to find a way to drop that Gregor, it could have been a very different ending that we had here, but Thiago going for the get-in, denying the entire Sanctuary panels on Nonstop's side. Such an excellent play, forced him to make some movement options, trying to land this Gregor. Throws out the kiss, and the rest is history, dude.
It's insane. How quickly that got turned around. Yo, invincibility up in the house. No, you.
Invincibility starting off is so rough to deal with because you just lose out on so much time. Oh, but the times too!
120, 240, 360.
Only losing out on 30 damage from the original, the SB, so you basically get 2 SBs here. Or we could get 2. Let's get 2 SBs times 4. Like, let's go. What is this happen?
If we get any more SPs, we're gonna end up getting a DS up in here.
It's true.
What? Oh, this is not good.
SoulXCross, the excellent choice here because your opponent is on Fire Body. These charge shots will do 140 each, so it's excellent. Oh, but the times 2 from the bubble also gonna do 400 damage as well. Oh, but the uninstall. Oh, and the counter hit it too.
Awesome counter. I swear, every time there's a counter, you can just feel it through your soul. Right, soul?
Exactly. Nonstop definitely had a decent turn there, but still on the lower end in terms of life here.
Invisible.
Okay, I like this choice, denying your opponent the ability to move back and onto your row.
Watch out. Freeze!
Going for the freeze here. What's your follow-up?
Smack!
Nice! Oh!
And he got a
Thiago
ball
actually
down.
stepped out. Yeah, that's crazy.
No! Mega Man in pain right there.
Yeah. I mean, I would have crossed here, maybe. Going into the leg cross would be really good here because you get a Doll Thunder charge shot. A lot of people ignore those crosses for some reason when it comes to mod cards. Oh, well, you want all your value out of your base, man. So I understand it. That does make sense. Oh, are we just going to go for another one? All right, just going for the chip recovery. Oh, avoids the static there. That's really cool. Delta Ray Edge in hand again, and also Judgment will also help deal with this Aqua Cross without having to necessarily go into Elect Cross here.
Yeah, it's kind of rough since Nonstopmop is permanent Fire Body. And Fire Body means you are weak to water. Well, Aqua. Okay, I judgment you back. Ugh! Decrossed. Yo,
I like the usage of focus here by Nonstop. Getting out of the turn earlier than expected can disrupt the rhythm of your opponent very easily. But I gotta say, not going for Delta Ray in this kind of positioning is kind of crazy. This is the actual setup, and your opponent is in mid-buster shot and didn't cross. Oh, yikes. Okay.
Oh, that
I
is
was
true.
sure.
PlayerZero pointed out that Nonstopmop did not get the paralysis from the judge ban. It said Nonstopmop got confused. Kind of overlooked that part. Mega Man can only have one status on at a time. So if Mega Man is confused, Mega Man cannot get frozen or paralyzed.
We call that pseudo status guard.
Yes.
The stare down. Okay, I really love that we waited here to use this sanctuary because now your opponent doesn't have access to that.
Ooh, like the Thiago has a really nasty HP bug now from getting flinched so much.
I'm not sure if I agree with keeping Delta Ray Edge here because your opponent kind of he's feeling it out, right? Thiago understands that there might be a
How bad?
Thiago. Thiago. Okay. No, hold on. Nonstop wants it now that Tengu's in play. Thiago, get out of that cross. Thiago, please.
No, Thiago, stay in. I want to see a full synchro Tengu kill.
It's ×2. You're not. Okay, here we go.
Delta.
Oh, it's not gonna a whole lot of damage, but ×2 is good enough.
Ow. No, again. How rude! Always Muramasaing up in the house, man.
Oh, Gregor in hand as well. Not going to reach for the flame, so maybe it's best not to go for it. I kind of agree with that decision here. Going for a wind rack is okay too, especially since you already saw that your opponent has been using the life aura. So, oh, he's going for it. ×2 Gregor. The rocks could kill if you get at least 4 of them. He's going for it. He's going for the one kill. 1, 2, 3. Wow! He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. Oh! When you get smacked, the big slappy?
Hey, we're going to the BN3 boss music now? Let's do it! BN3 has such a good soundtrack, especially the boss theme.
Absolutely. Hard agree.
I remember the first time I heard the song fighting Flashman that first time, I'm like, whoa, this is good stuff.
Yeah, definitely bumping. Oh, both players starting with the green invincibility. Gotta love it.
Yo, everyone's strong this time. No, Rush, you're gonna break your teeth! You have to take
Both
Rush to
rushes
bed
will
after
break
that.
teeth. Oh wait, how does the hand rush? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Trying to get the time 2 proc, doesn't get it, but will get this nice 390 damage here from the ground, man.
It's harder than it looks to get that humor proc.
Yeah.
It's very brief.
It's a 1 in 16th chance to get the full synchro or the rage there, so...
Really? Well, 1 in 16?
Yeah.
That's a little lower than I thought.
Correct me if I'm wrong, actually, Chad. Where's my fact checkers? Thiago not having an answer just yet, but it will happen soon. We're gonna see either a ×2 Wood Dragon, Heat Dragon, or we'll see the Static / Wind Drag, so it's definitely gonna happen.
Okay. Italian HD says it's one out of 6. What? One.
Yeah, okay, I am correct. Nice. Thank you.
We have all of that information documented, luckily. Oh, nice!
The Magnum will deal with the trap there as well. And the bubble into the gun down soul. Not gonna get the whole thing because of mashing and getting out of that status control, but you do get a sizable amount of damage dealt with the Gundel Soul EX there. Probably gonna go for a cross cancel just to remove those frames or being locked down by the Gundel Soul.
I mean,
and not wanting to get Delta Raid again.
But it is cool how we're seeing some good old Gundel EX. Still, Gundel Soul hurts if you may manage to catch it.
What area grab? I'm actually kind of kicking myself here. Or should Thiago? Oh, okay. This is nice. Oh, this is really nice for Thiago.
Bro, when he gets out of a whole silly goose.
No, he had to in order to get this grab banish and deny the charge shots from Tengu. If he couldn't do that, he'd be still stuck in this turn, taking wind rack charge shots from Tengu. Throwing it in was actually the best option.
Yes, although it was unfortunate to have Proto Man fall through the floor and crash to the lower floor. It was a worthy sacrifice.
It was a very worthy sacrifice.
But this should also remind Proto Man to wear your air shoes.
Always bring your Jordans, man. You gotta wear your Air Jordans.
Yes,
if you're not wearing the Air Jordans, you gotta at least bring the Pumas. Which is the closest.
Ah, uninstalled.
The uninstalled. Oh, uninstall right back at him. And he's gonna actually end the turn on it. I actually like that. Yeah, I would go for Element before the full cust if that's what you really want to do, but I actually agree with static uninstall into end turn.
Aqua. Oh, he moved forward.
Oh, but we got anger though.
I mean,
but we got anger.
I'd be angry too if I missed that, honestly.
Honestly? Okay, the play I'm going for is Element Man, and then I'm gonna TFC Proton Man first, wait for the defense, and then go for the Blast Man. Oh, but he's not doing that. He's going straight for Gregor. He did it. Oh, no.
1, 2,
2, 3.
Oh,
No,
just
3, no, 3, just 2, there's 2. Oh my gosh. That's still 1k damage. Like, what is that? That's 1,000 damage. Oh, and then he's gonna get the Element Man type 2. Oh, he went for the Thunder.
4.
Oh my gosh.
What is going on here?
That's so good. Nonstop activating the inhibitor limits.
Thiago had 2k health last turn. Holy Toledo's!
He only had 400. That's as far as I remember.
Holy Toledo's! All that health gone.
No uninstall, so we won't see Thiago getting stuck into animation. So he could possibly walk out of the corn bomb star shots, but
the judgment.
pretty much.
Oh, see, there it is again. Wait, oh, well, he had anger, but that's probably the better idea, because all that damage is starting to rack up.
Yeah, you do get the chip recovery here too, so it's okay.
What is that? 11 man? Yeah.
Oh no, TFC to oh no, missing the grass! I don't know what was worse. Oh no, and now dodging the erasement.
Ooh, very unfortunate.
Oh, the Merv also whiffed! Oh no. That whole turn did not go how Thiago wanted it to, but definitely ending on 800 is way better than ending on 400. So I gotta say, this is actually pretty intense.
Get him,
guys.
Oh, that's
yeah, that's it. That's it. Clap it up. GG's.
Double beast. It's such a good chip.
It's too good. He went from like completely whiffing that turn to just killing his opponent. That worked out for Thiago.
Yes, Double Beast is a very good chip as it actually goes over holes, unlike most other Navi chips.
You try so hard and got so far. Yeah. Good games to both players.
Yes, very GG's.
Oh, okay. And really quick, we got a donation. This donation is from Zay with the comment, I am out of clever greetings. Here's $10. Thank you so much, Zay, for your generous donations, as always.
Zay is great.
He's amazing, actually. Zay is a great guy.
Yes.
Who we got coming up next, brother?
Just Zay is just as great as our next players. Bacon Stunner versus Rocku. Bacon Stunner.
Bacon Stunner.
Bacon.
He stuns the bacon with
the
Bacon Stunner.
But it gets far too late for breakfast, so let me see here. We see that Bacon is running numbers, which honestly you can never go wrong with numbers personally. But I'm seeing Skullman here.
I am so excited for this. Skullman is so much fun. So what Skullman actually does is he inflicts charge shot bug, HP bug level 1. And if you run it with numbers, you get that charge shot proc 100% of the time. So every time you land a charge shot, you're giving your opponent a level 1 bug, right? And it will stack every time you shoot them with the charge shot. So it's actually going to be insane seeing how fast your opponent's HP drains after a couple of these charge shots confirming. Furthermore, in his folder, he's running poison seeds. So the idea here is to block down that uninstall just in case your opponent has float shoes in in their cust or in their build in general, and then throwing down a poison seed to watch that HP drain.
So what you're telling me is Bacon Stunner is playing with dirty hands. He's just getting you dirtier and dirtier to the point that you just want to not play anymore, because losing all that HP on top of poison, on top of Gundel Soul.
I think it's the equivalent to playing a Assassin's Cross in Ragnarok Online, putting on all that poison on your blades and just letting your opponent deal with it.
That's not fun.
And
Darn you, bacon. Using poison and HP bug. We see here that Rocku's running. Hey, this is the most expensive mod card that runs over $1,000. Planet Man, which I could have got my hands on years ago had I known that.
Oh wait, hold on a second. In Twitch chat, Buster Cannon goes, "Who's this bacon guy, dude? Your name's right there. We can all see it. It says Buster Cannon hashtag 6127. the gig's up, kid. You know, I gotcha.
It's a shame it's not Bacon Cannon.
Bacon.
Yo, we gotta mod that in instead of Tank Cannon, Bacon Cannon.
I agree.
That'd be yummy. Let's see. For the last few mod cards, let's see. We've had Totem and Miney and Satella in the last game, which means Bacon will have air shoes. Thankfully, Honey Bomber is pretty good as it gives you a back B for the chip Risky Honey, but this one is special. Normally Risky Honey, the battle chip, will block any damage except fire. This version for some reason blocks anything, right?
Not just that. Initially, when you use the Risky Honey battle chip, you will get a swarm of bees for no reason, right? You'll immediately get a swarm of bees. However, with Honey Bomber, when you press B back, it will not spawn bees on release. You have to be hit first before bees can spawn. There's also a bit of a bug issue, if I remember correctly, with Risky Honey and anti-damage, where if you use a Honey Bomber to block something while you have anti-damage will completely override it and activate instead of the Honey Bomber defending the anti-damage. It's a really weird bug that EXE has.
Well, considering all the wild effects mod card has, I guess they couldn't account for everything. So, but the cool, let me see, Needler, Slime. Slimy is, oh my gosh, Slime's gonna be fun. Charge Shot Panel Grab.
So Charge Shot Panel Grab is so amazing because you're just gaining value, especially in like slow gauge, off of just stealing away your opponent's area. The charge isn't crazy fast, thankfully, because if it was any faster, I think it would be kind of busted to just grab up your opponent's areas for free. But you're still taking back advantage and denying area grabs if you can land one down. So it's actually a very strong charge shot to have.
Oh wow, Needler is a pretty good one too. It's only 10 megabytes, but it gives you attack +1, speed +1, charge +1, and super armor. That's a pretty good package right there for just 10. For those 10
package for 10. That is, just the super armor alone makes that card worth. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, like a lot of other mod cards that include super armor in somewhere usually costs a little more than that. Let's see. Any last thoughts? We see that Rocku has 2 Giga Chips, good old Knuckles and Hubbatch, but we see that Bacon's running Falser, so we're gonna see the other exclusive chip that was again Japanese exclusive.
That being said, I think we've covered about all the bases here. Let's hop into this match and see what happens.
Let's do it. All right,
man.
We're going with the classic battle music this time.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing Otenko get played here by Rocku. Otenko could definitely boost up Meteor Knuckles if you happen to get it on board and protected at the same time. Like, it can be very scary dealing with Otenko.
So we should probably explain what the chip does, as the chip was exclusive to the Japanese game.
Sure, go ahead.
Otenko, for those unaware, is from the game Baktai. So it's another one of those ships like Django and Gundam Soul from previous games. Otenko, it summons Otenko to the field, and as long as it's on the field, your next ship will get additional damage up to, I think, what, 100? Or is it like 80 or something like that?
Yeah, Otenko is extremely powerful. And immediately we're seeing the value out of this charge shot. Allowing your opponent to just eat up the entire center row is definitely not good for business. This area is very awkward to maneuver and run around in. especially if you catch yourself in one of those corners. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to see a meteor knuckle in this situation. That would be horrible.
Knock, knock.
It's Knuckles. We're trying to see it.
I love it. Yo, that's a pretty tasty hand.
That's a little too tasty in my opinion. Dang, another panel eaten away, and Electrack dealing with the aura thanks to that ×2.
That uninstall.
One thing I do gotta bring up that I kind of dislike is the use of wood body. You tend to see fire body a lot more because usually you see less aqua chips in this format, but I think we've all adapted to that by now. Aquaman SP is used very widely. Bubbles are used quite widely, especially since it's in G code in the first place. Like, it's kind of harder to punish a fire body though. But when you have something like wood body, the fire chips in this format are just ridiculously, especially after a humor. So it's like,
Snake!
wow, he just used snake. Yeah,
No,
Groundman's gonna win here.
Groundman! And Groundman just destroyed the entire building with that. Colonel. All those snakes.
Actually, this is perfect positioning for Falzar if they want to go for it.
Ooh, that would be risky business.
I would do it. I'm not even gonna lie, I would do it. I would pull that trigger.
Well, you have to remember, you are a man with no fear.
Something Daredevil?
Punisher.
No, definitely Daredevil. Oh, but the cross change. Element in here.
He's on fire! Oh, he moved back.
Oh, no, TNT! Oh, no! Oh,
Ah, that was 520 damage!
and Rush is coming out here, too. Oh, this is not looking good for Buster here. And there goes the charge shots! Okay,
Oh.
Buster has to respect his anti-damage because if he goes for a charge shot directly on hit, the anti-damage will clip him. Oh my gosh, this is tough.
Yeah, the hand is not looking good now.
Yeah, very clunky in this situation specifically. I like the idea of going for Tomahawk to pressure your opponent to move out of that row, but you don't have a way to capitalize it off of it even further with an area grab, so I don't know if it's the best play. Oh, your opponent moves out. Oh no.
Oh,
This area
no.
is key. Our area. Oh no.
The only
This is
thing
really
that
not
can
looking good.
stop-
Stepping
Why?
forward, yeah, you kind of have to.
Nothing
Oh.
is coming out of that Buster.
Yikes. And it seems like there might even be a custom HP, no, not custom HP, a regular custom bug here as well, as bug fix still hasn't been drawn. And it is bugged in the custom, the Navi cusp for Buster. Oh, this is really bad.
Oh yeah, that's right. Buster's hand is shrinking every turn. Hubbatch will give him the full hand again, but it's just gonna keep going down.
No
One gets up.
TFC here.
Everyone's helping.
Yeah, we just kind of throwing things away at this point. Ooh, nice. Gets in proc finally after 7 years.
After 10,000 years, it's free.
It's time to conquer Earth?
No, it's time to deal 50 Buster damage.
Oh, you're right.
There it is. Finally. Oh, right. You gotta use the static first. If you use bug fix, you lose out on that static area.
Question is, do you just let it go right now, or do you wait? Oh, okay, we do it now. Pull the trigger. Yeah. That works. The reason why pulling the trigger there was better is because after an area grab, most opponents will actually step forward, so it's a kind of mind game.
Oh, one hit.
Meteor Knuckles.
1,
2,
2,
3, 4.
Ah, knock. It's Knuckles from the meteors. Meteor Knuckles.
Got him.
Got him. You gotta love Meteor Knuckles, man. Fun fact, Meteor Knuckles has actually been in the game since Battle Network 4, but it used to be just called Duo. And it did 200 damage per fist.
Yeah, and actually Duo's RNG was way crazier. It hit quite often. like you averaged like 4 hits with Duo. It was ridiculous in Battle Network 4.
But again, it was one more of those exclusive chips. Ooh, who wants some rocks?
Oh, Judgment trading with Element Man here. Going to go for the grass, I believe. Yep, going to go ahead and get rid of those poison petals on their own side, but you do lose on the cube exchange here. Going for the back B immediately and sucking out. Yes! It's confirmed. Oh my gosh, barrier 200 will deny Raceman as well. Oh, it was avoided. No collision at all.
Yeah, there was nothing there.
And another cube.
Rock to the face. Rocku using rocks. I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that's definitely a Rocku thing to do. Okay, what's really interesting is that Focus is still in hand, so we could potentially go for another turn to Dust Stick. I kind of agree with it in this situation because, you're already behind on so much HP and value. But you do give your opponent that same resource, right? Unless they cross out for some reason, which wouldn't be very advantageous in my opinion. So maybe staying with Dust would be better for Rocku at this point.
It definitely is a good idea for Buster, since he has to get that bug fixed ASAP.
Oh, nice! Because Rocku did actually change crosses. They lose out on the dust value here from the full cuss. This actually works out favorably for Buster Cannon.
Well, no bug fix, but Doc +1 is always good, especially when you have chip heal.
Especially if you have chip heal. If your grab's gonna step forward for in time too. Oh, nice. Oh, and both static just gonna do nothing here, and anti-damage also gonna do nothing here. Oh, man.
Yo, Rocku in a little too close, buddy.
It's actually kind of crazy because Buster was able to deal with the barrier. Rocku's movement, dodging the anti-damage, still allowed him to keep on to this Tango Cross here. That was insane.
Not good. As long as Rocku's that close, Buster's gonna have big issues.
Sizable rock issues?
Boo! Even for you. Come on, man. But I always appreciate the effort. So good job.
Taking his time here, trying to figure out what exactly he wants to do. Going for Tengu's not bad, but okay, going for Tengu here is actually pretty smart. It deals with the anti-damage.
Be gone! Oh no!
Wow! Oh no, that sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you gotta deal with it now. This is it. This is your life now. You live here.
Rocku, you gotta back up, buddy. You're just a little too close.
Tengu will actually help deal with the aura, and going for unstall is actually pretty smart here because you can try to go for charge shot trades. Nice, gets the counter hit.
Oh no, Okay, he managed to get one hit at least, which is all you need when you uninstall.
2 hits actually. Oh, nice! The trade! Buster went down. I think that was like client-side like adventures or something. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts. Well, the bacon is out of the corner, so
It's crazy because they both started up and actually threw out a wind rack, but the hit detection came out from Buster's sides first. That was so bizarre. It was like exactly well-timed, perfect sync and everything. That was crazy.
perfect sync or full sync?
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Whoa.
There you go. Because he has bug fix, he can now fire the shots. That double beast! Cute pow pow! Wow! Oh yeah.
It was a little unfortunate for Rocku here. You stayed in that in that last round a little too long. You could have ended that turn immediately and forced Buster into a decision of, do I keep this or do I throw it away and get new chips? It would have been a little bit better situation, but because you lagged behind a little bit on pressing that L and R button, you lost out and took some damage.
Ouch. Oh, one more thing. Even though the chip double beast includes several elemental chips like drill arm and tornado, it doesn't count for that element, thankfully. So even though it looks like it's doing drill arm, it's not doing breaking damage. Oh no! Freeze! Nom 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 nom. Wait, what?
Nice.
All right, Bob, Planet Man. You know, I kind of forget about Planet Man.
Yeah, Planet Man denying that status is actually super important.
Oh, Tango! The sun is in your hand!
No. Oh no! May the sun be with you, Rocku!
Oh my gosh! That rule, Tango! I've never seen this before!
I'm scared. I'm so scared. You can't touch it. You can't deal with it. You used dust already. There's no sucking it up and throwing it out. This is your life now. You chose this.
There is one thing Bacon can do, and that's use Falser.
Falsar would be able to deal with it, actually. Yes, Falsar removes any obstacles on your side. Gotta summon those big beasts, you know?
Yo! Yo! The sun is in your hands, Rocku!
Okay, I love this. Holding on to this invisible. Buster understands that this is his win condition now. He has the HP bug going off. Meteor Knuckle comes out. Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
The thing is, it's still there. What else can you do? Now Tango could just power up a Summon Black and go for that instead.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he kept Tango. Oh no!
Buster, no!
No! He has his earpods in, he's not listening! No! Is that what we're gonna see though? Okay, Invisible is still in hand. So maybe we can deny the Summon Black after all. Oh, it's snakes! Okay, snakes. So Ukami in the YouTube chat is asking, what does Otenko do? So Otenko overtime superpowers up a chip, gradually giving it extra power. Think of Charge Cross, right? Holding down A, charging up a fire chip. This is the same thing. It works on any chip, and it's +1 damage for every half a second, I think. Yeah, it's crazy.
And as we saw, it maxes out at 50. Yeah. I know a certain friend of mine who'd be happy to see Otenko getting some rep. Good. I remember in Battle War 5, Otenko and SoulXCross was such a powerful combo.
And who cross?
SoulXCross.
Oh, okay, cool.
You cross.
SoulXCross.
Yo. Spider Cross.
Yeah, this is a long turn for Rocku here. Gonna decide on what to do. Oh, goes to machine gun! How unfortunate. Oh, Tomahawk Man.
Chop! All right, no undershirt. You know, the match is on for so long, you forget that Rocku did not have undershirt.
Never forget, machine gun +1. Most powerful machine gun I've ever seen in my life.
Rocku, it's the winner. Why are you going to battle with no shirt? Come on, it's like, as that Soul said, you cannot go to the battlefield without your Jordans. You don't go out there without your shirt.
You gotta have your Jordans, or if you want to be chunky, get your Tims.
No, Buster said it before me. Dang it! No shirt, no shoes, no service. Dang it, Buster! I was gonna say that. Read my mind.
Ooh! Oh, that's unfortunate. Gonna lose that so early. Bug fix is super important for Buster's strategy here. Now not being able to dig for it is gonna be very problematic and getting denied by this hole here thanks to Planet Man. Ground Man's not gonna do anything now. Changing this field into grass is probably preferable, but doesn't go for it. No, what's happening? Okay, maybe he just wants to... No, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so maybe Buster was thinking in that position, like, if I go for Element Grass, I get rid of the opponent's poison panels, and I kind of want them to be there. But your opponent has Planet Man, so your crack shot is gonna get rid of those poison panels anyway. Should have just gone for that grass and gotten rid of your own panels at that point. Dutchman here will be able to grab back some of these panels. Death Guard won't allow the Rocku to be stunned, but you can at least go for
it. Burns! Pow pow! Yo, those Buster shots are adding HP bug. Not cool, buddy.
Not pulling the trigger on Tomahawk Man, kind of a poor decision in my opinion, excuse me. Wow, speech impediments are real. But I feel like if you just kind of launched off that Tomahawk Man before the end of turn, you definitely would have had a nice solid 140 damage down. Or maybe Buster didn't want to reveal the information that he had taken Tomahawk Cross, right? Sometimes not using your chip forces your opponent into a position of, okay, do I take this or do I not? Oh! Not only dodging the Elect Dragon there, but also setting up his own Falzar. That was nice. That was nice.
Damage.
Nice. You know, the accuracy with these charge shots, though. That's 2 for 2. Can we get another one?
Buster Cannon. More like Buster Sniper. Wait, is Buster Cannon actually Searchman? Because all those shots are landing pretty well.
It's almost like he's searching for his target.
Yo. You got me thinking. Rush! Rush, you won't do anything against the might of $1,000 mod card, Planet Man.
If I had $1,000, I'd drop it on a Planet Man card.
I wouldn't. It's not worth it.
The authenticity is worth it.
I don't know.
And the value out of these charge shots right now.
Yeah, but a poison panel really is hurting Buster.
I really think going for the static on the stall here is very risky. Maybe stepping forward. I don't know.
Well, I think Buster's expecting Rocku to move onto the poison seed in order to avoid it spreading.
True.
There you go.
There it is. Nice. Good call, ref.
Yes, like because Salah's done that to me several times.
Of course.
200 damage charge shot!
Oh, snake! Oh my, the HP's draining! Oh my gosh!
200 damage!
But you're here now. You shouldn't be going for those charge shots. Why did you start bustering? Why did you start bustering?
What? You just went for the charge shot!
Oh yeah, the charge shots was definitely most value. Oh, but we have Double Beast. Double Beast will immediately end the game on either side.
Yo, those are some bad luck Buster procs. Buster cannon procs.
Cannon procs.
Cannon proc.
Into the meteor, no more! Double Beast! No more! Oh,
The DFC chain!
There it is! You've activated my trap card! No, my trap card activates!
Bacon has proven to be the superior breakfast.
Indeed it is.
Not Canadian bacon, not sausage, regular bacon.
Regular bacon.
Oh, Rocku, that was a good match. Like, both of you played amazingly well.
Yeah, very well played to both players. Absolutely hard agree.
I'm still on the edge of my seat with that. I love back and forth matches.
Me too.
That's why mod cards is personally my favorite format, because with mod cards you have more to work with. It's just, ooh, Nelly. All right, I gotta relax. We still got more matches to do, especially with WeenieWhistle and BlueStar.
Now it's time to talk about my personal favorite mod card, being repped by my boy WeenieWhistle, of course, the base BX gang mod card. With that Twisty and Regal, of course.
I was gonna say, like, isn't Twisty the card you were trying to get to?
I'm still trying to find that card. I can't find that card anywhere. I'm so upset.
I'll go get back to you on that. Still waiting on my buddy to get back on me on that. But as you can see here, base BX is a 70 MB card. So usually cards of that value have some pretty good effects. Let me see.
The effects that base BX give you is actually insane. There are no downsides to this card, first of all. For 70 MB and the effects you get, no downside, very nice. Super armor, float shoes, air shoes. Your normal charge shot now hits down 3 different rows, especially if you're in the center, so they can't dodge these shots. And the charge shot becomes the shooting buster charge shot, which actually does 50 damage per hit.
You know, I was gonna ask, how was that better than using base cross? And I realized base BX has both float and air, and it has no downside. While the base cross card gives you it does give you some HP, but it forces you to lose 2 mega chips to your folder.
Which is a huge loss. Yeah.
That is a huge loss. So I'm seeing it's amazing. Base has a lot of rep in Battle Network in terms of mod cards. So as Soul mentioned, your buster changes to 3. So if you hit them point blank, you're hitting them with 3 shots at one time. So a 10 buster turns into 30.
Yeah, exactly. The good thing is, when you have Buster Bug, only the center shot does the 100 damage if you get the proc, not the side shots. But they still are adding damage to every shot that you shoot. So if they're in point blank range, instead of doing just 100, you'd actually be dealing 120 per shot. So the damage adds up really quick.
And the good part about having about that, if you have 10 buster, and if you have 10 buster and you have that triple charge shot, the opponent cannot use anti-damage at all, because no matter where you are, you get anti-damage triggered with a hit of 10 damage or more. So if you have 10 damage with the base triple buster, it'll force your opponent to activate anti-damage no matter where they are. So it's also a great anti-damage tool.
The coup de grace for this entire setup, though, is the 09 MB Twisting Removal. What Twisting Removal does is it gives you a crack shot. So every shot you shoot out with your P shot will actually crack your opponent's panels. Couple that with an uninstall, and they're going to be trapping themselves very quickly.
We should be calling WeenieWhistle Terry because he's got that crack shoot.
Air shoot is turned off by Twisting a little bit, but of course, if you put base BX after it, you get your air shoots back, and it does give you elect body and HP plus 80. Now, the elect body is the key part here. That is what kind of balances this out, because you won't have normal body doing this. You'll have, obviously, elect body. Why is that important? It's important because Risky Honey and Honey Bomber will completely defend yourself against these assaults. Now, if you point blank block with a Honey Bomber or a Risky Honey, it counts as 3 hits on that Honey Bomber, right? So you actually end up getting your HP eviscerated if you're in elect body still. It is a hard counter to this build.
One other thing to mention, as Soul mentioned, well, to bring back up what I mentioned earlier about mod card order, WeenieWhistle put Twisty first, and as Soul mentioned, Twisty turns off air shoots. But because Weenie put base below that, which base gives you air shoes, WeenieWhistle now has air shoes. So the order in which these players are using them was most likely thought about, put there with a hard thought in mind. Because if you do not keep in mind the order of your mod cards, you're essentially tripling yourself. So that's one important thing to keep in mind. BlueStar, I have to say, is using one of the first mod cards I wanted to get my hands on is Nightman. I love Nightman. Nightman gives you HP 20%, double attack, meaning whatever attack you have, whatever your base attack is, it doubles it. It also gives you super armor and undershirt. It also gives you the Buster Bug for free. So you already have that chance to give a misfire, although Nightman has the lowest Buster Bug chance out of all of them. It's still pretty good to have. And with Hetty, BlueStar also has air shoes as well. So WeenieWhistle and BlueStar both, as Soul mentioned, they both brought the Jordans. They're ready for this.
The Pumas, the Jordans, all that. They got it.
Yeah, I told you, man. You gotta bring your uptowns, your downtowns, your east towns. You gotta bring all the towns together for this.
Yeah, this is gonna be a Buster Bug matchup for sure. We're gonna see who gets the better procs and who gets the better RNG. Let's hop into the match and find out.
Let's do it. WeenieWhistle versus BlueStar. Ooh, that delicious 2800 HP. I love it.
The barrier 200 here. Oh, actually, I don't think it's barrier 200. I think that's barrier 100. Okay, so you can tell immediately what kind of mod card your opponent is playing if you understand what mod cards do what, just by what aura or barrier they have. If there is a barrier 200, it'd be safe to assume that your opponent is definitely playing something like Breezeman, and they're going to be trying to go for those charge shot ice setups, right? But because you see the 100, you can assume that Nightman or Hetty's in play here. Excuse me, Hetty's in play, not Nightman. Okay.
Yeah, if you know your mod cards, you can know what to expect.
In order to know your mod cards, you'd have to join the N1GP Discord and get our resources, where you can find them all easily accessible and readable to your pleasure. Please join the N1GP.
Just remember, you can play for free up to level 60.
Only at level 60 do you have to start paying to win.
Raid Shadow Legends is funny. Oh, Shooting Buster!
Yes, Shooting Buster is really strong. You see, one thing that people tend to forget is, yeah, the B button is really good, but it's also really good when you hold it. And the Shooting Buster does at least 150 damage and is a lot better for pressuring people who have super armor than without it, right? You only want to start going for that B button presses if you're trying to destroy panels on the opponent's side of the field, or if you're trying to deny some kind. Oh, denying the one track with the. That was insane.
Yes, WeenieWhistle stood behind the Guardian, which actually. Oh, uninstall reflect. What? Uninstall reflect.
I'm dead.
Crazy play.
What are we doing? What are we doing here? BlueStar. BlueStar, no.
Install reflect.
No. BlueStar.
How
Really?
you can't swag any harder than that, BlueStar.
Oh,
What the heck, man?
Oh no. I cannot believe you just did that.
The only way you could have swagged harder is if you had the dab patch and you would have dabbed after that. That's the only way you could have swagged more than that. Reflector 3 uninstall. Crazy.
I wish that was in play now. I wish you had the dab patch.
Man, we should call BlueStar the Spanish Inquisition because we did not expect it. Whew.
No one ever expects the Spanish Inquisition.
That was incredible. Oh no! Oh well, I guess that's good because. Oh! Well, you know, if you uninstall me, I uninstall you.
It's a fair trade. Mine isn't as flashy, but it gets the job done. Honest work.
Yo, that shooting buster's adding up.
No, it hurt. It hurt so much. And actually, you can accidentally take 4 shots if you keep moving around. The way it works is really weird.
Yeah, like I never understood how it works. Like I always skipped over it for Hell's Rolling, but now this is making me reconsider it. Especially important since Hell's Rolling requires the opponent to not have super armor. But that shooting buster hits him regardless.
Mm-hmm. And now with bug fix in hand, the P shots will be lock and loaded because there will be no no clogging. So you can actually go for that as well.
Oh, there goes all the bugs. Oh, here it comes! He's gonna sneeze! Watch you!
That CFC actually allowed him to dodge it too and react.
30 damage!
Do you see that HP? Draining.
God!
Actual water. What HP? Where? You never had any to begin with. It's all gone.
Shooting Buster is more powerful than max power Gregor Buster.
Mm-hmm. Nah, it's over, bro. No, no. This is the other problem.
Oh, wait.
You can measure your time accelerating through your deck with dust. You actually end up saving most of your defenses, and you end up saving all of that TFC-able stuff towards the end, right? So once you finally get all your buster ups, and you get your bug fixed, you're just sitting on these TFC defenses that you're just gonna abuse for the rest of the match. They have to deal with it. It's such a crazy setup.
So anyway, I started blasting. The Five Burritos summed that up perfectly when using the base BX card. That's great. So you gotta say that the next time you're using the base BX mod card. So anyways, I started blasting. You know, I do love how the community just continues to make me laugh. So happy to have been part of Battle Network for all this long.
Yeah, me too, man. Battle Network is my life.
Yes. Buster up. But they can't see right now. Sorry, Rush. Oh, you're eating this aura.
It tastes good though, so we take it. Okay, so what's happening here, right? This is so smart. Not only are we denying an entire gauge of slow gauge, right? But we're saving this full cut for the next turn, and I can possibly deal with your barrier here as well. Oh no, yes. He used it! Oh, that was accidental. That had to have been.
Yeah.
You wanted to save that for another turn of dusting, digging rather.
The important thing about having full cuts like that, you only throw away a chip if you select another chip. Sending it through the dust chute does not count as selecting a chip. But that was most likely an accident. Because that's what happens when you're playing the game. Like, crazy stuff like that happens. It's so hype.
Okay, so the mind game you want to have against Base BX is you want to keep them in the cross. They're gonna go dust. Their impulse is to get rid of dust because dust is sifting through their folder. They're getting resources.
Ooh,
But you want them to stay in it. The longer they're in it, the less time they have for Triple Buster.
Triple Buster is only available in base form?
Absolutely. If you're in base one, you get Triple Buster. Once you cross, you lose Triple Buster.
Okay. Alright, that's a fair compromise.
And the charge shot too. So you're not going to be able to do a lot of DPS.
Oh,
So usually, players will go like turn 2 of Dust or turn 2 of the game after going into Dust. They'll beast out in order to get through the turns and drain out the rest of that life on those crosses.
genius. And
At that point, you have to kind of force it out of the system or force yourself out of a cross.
So much thinking. I'm not good with that. All I do is just fire away. Pow, pow, pew, pew, pew. Yeah, fire away, just hope for the best. And also, I just realized there's a pun right there. You need to be in base form to use the base buster.
You see what happened there? You see what they doing?
Ooh! All that shuffling. Oh, blocked. Oh no! Judgment fell!
Oh no, but the beast won't.
Yeah, both beasts bring their shoes. Ooh, that was close.
Man, Charlie just doing in all this work. Thank you, Charlie.
Yo, Charlie's been working for over 10 years.
10 years, man. Putting in work since 1992.
Okay, I don't think Charlie's been around that long, but I know we came out in 2006.
Charlie is forever.
You're right, Charlie is everything. Ten years ago wasn't 1992 playerzero.
I'm okay. I promise I'm okay. Everything's okay.
You know, I just realized if this was real life, the most likely fighting in a New York apartment because of all that noise.
Was that a Star Force reference?
Something like that. Oh, uninstall!
Okay, so the problem is once you get uninstalled, the game starts becoming horribly one-sided. You really want to deny the uninstall from the base player.
Yeah, because especially if you had air shoes or super armor in your loadout, because then holes and multi-hits become a real problem.
Mm-hmm. Yo, I cannot wait to see Guardian deny something like Blast, man.
Oh my god.
Oh my yes, I want to see it. Like TFC Guardian to Blast Man, and your opponent just cries in Spanish.
That's in Spanish. I doubt in Spanish. I love that. Guardian!
Oh.
Why? Oh wow, like, no fear. Like, nope.
Oh,
no!
This is the Rhaegar!
Gengar, how could you?
2 rocks. 3 rocks.
3 rock. 3 rock. Ha ha ha.
Imagine missing, but still getting 300 damage back. Oh! Oh my gosh.
Not like this. Not like this.
Buster up, and in hand we have this bug fix as well. We finally see the beast out here happening. Oh well, it's been happening actually. You guys remember, I'm in 2002.
2002. So what? The Matrix?
Yeah. Oh, good time. Good time.
2002. Battlework 1 came out. Oh no, Battlework 2 just came out. Heck yeah. Ooh, oh yeah. Quick rundown about Eraseman. Eraseman and Eraseman SP. They both stop. They both stop automatically on the second ping. So if your opponent is in the second location, you're just not doing anything. Then automatically end on that spot. EX is a little different.
How interesting. Throwing away their own sanctuary to wood here. I think that was a bad choice. Might as well have gone for something like ice or elect, just to deny some panel movement on your opponent's side after an uninstall. But yeah, I don't know about this one. We do have access to Tengu though, so that won't be a problem for much longer. And this Wood Dragon would deny the Elect Cross on the opponent's side, so that would be very strong. Yeah, I agree.
The good thing about Gregor, Gregor's charge shots are usually straight lines which go, yeah, basically straight lines. So you know, Erase Cross is that I beam that pierces invisible. Heat Cross is a straight flamethrower. Elect Cross is just a straight electrical beam. So it has great range.
Nice. And at the end of this turn, you will lose your cross, which means
It's back to
will be
base.
at his full power. Yes, sir.
Yo, we're going back to base 6 right now.
Oh my goodness. Get him out.
No, I had to say it.
Boo.
Come on, like that's too good to pass up. Shooting Buster is like I'm starting to see the light.
Oh no! Oh, that wind rack was right
Got you.
there. Oh, what are you doing? Yeah, there you go. That's where you want.
Got you. Oh my gosh, those procs are just adding up. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
you don't win the trade with base. You never win the trade with base. Oh, actually, he's winning the trade.
I was gonna say like he was starting to win right there. No, but you saw how much HP that just went down like that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, man! Like Triple Buster's just delicious.
If you have some chips left over to charge, oh, he doesn't. Oh, that was a bad play. Oh, hold on to your gas. So smart. Yes, so smart. Get some value. Yes, that was brilliant.
No!
That's it. That was so good. Triple frames of invincibility from that one damaging tip. Bring you down to 1 HP, a safe zone. You can camp that deniability, then go for the invis, which gives you even more time of intangibility. Oh, that was great. That was amazing.
Oh man, that was so good. See, this is why you just fire first, ask questions later.
All the time, every time.
All the time, every time. Before we start the next match, going to give a special shout out to BlueStar, who donated for his donation, saying hype for that Reflector 3 uninstall. Love y'all, GG's Weenie. Yes, good game to both of you. You're both amazing. So good, so good. And if this chair wasn't $500, I would have thrown it across the room because of how good that was. But this chair's too expensive for that, so we should just head on to the next match before I consider doing it. Which is Wintegral versus Nonstopmop.
Non-stop, won't stop, can't stop. We get down, baby. We get down.
Yeah, oh, that's a classic right there, man. A very classic song. All right, as we see here, we're seeing some numbers from both of them. We're seeing Totem from both of them. Ooh, Tango Man. Huh, okay. Well, we have not seen the Tango Man mod card yet, which gives you air shoes, and it includes a free pet beat. So if the opponent's using a Mega or Giga, sorry.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The only downside is that Tengu gives you -1 attack. So if you have a 1 Buster, it actually goes down to 0. So your Buster does no damage. No, I'm kidding. Can you imagine if that was the case, though?
If that was the case, that'd be horrible. Oh my gosh.
A 0 damage Buster, or even -1, shooting your opponent gives them HP. HP Buster.
What's
Oh, yeah.
interesting though is I think Hub Batch completely overwrites that. So
Oh yeah, of course. I forget the specifics of how Hub Batch works. It just sets your stuff to that, right?
Yeah, hold on a second. Wintegral got not 1, not 3, not 5.
2, 3, 4, 5.
He got 8 of them things, yo. Yo, what?
Well, with numbers, that's +1, and Mega Folder 1.
Totem gives 1 as well.
Totem 2 also?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow, it gives you chip heal and Mega Folder? Yo! 8 Mega Chip. You know, I'm still waiting for the folder to have 10 Mega Chips. Oh wow, like...
Oh, it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen.
Wintegral is using the count, which is again the count is a bot type chip. He's Django's main enemy.
I'm not so sure how I feel about the Circus Man SP though.
I mean, Circus Man is good if they catch it, so they're gonna have to set that up very well. So I'm gonna assume a Judge Man first, a Judge Man or a Race Man first, because Circus Man hits 3 ahead, and only 3 ahead, so it's a little hard to catch that. Real quick though, to explain how the count works, the count hits you hits you 5 times, and if the opponent is standing on a normal panel, not cracked, not grass or ice or like that, a normal panel, the count will also summon a 50 damage blood spike. So you want to use it if the opponent is just on regular, everyday, dull as dirt, common panel. Is there anything else of note which you want to point out, buddy?
I think we're locked and loaded. Let's get into this match.
Locked, loaded, and ready to battle.
Turn 1 bug fix. Cheating. Actually cheating on our stream. Cannot believe it. Caught him in 4K. Sign it up. Get him. Officer over here. Officer.
Yeah,
and this one over here.
You really can't do worse than getting caught in 4K, man. The 4K live. And
no.
There goes the Mega Chip. But Nonstopmop is currently invincible. Yo, sending all the animals.
Animal friends, go!
Okay, like you can't hurt me.
Man in hand. Are we gonna see it?
Oh! Last second.
He wanted it so bad. Ooh, I like using the Wintegral charge shot to push that ice cube into the back row there. Very nice, very nice.
Is Ground Man really good if his drills aren't strong enough to pierce ice?
I mean, let's be real. You need some high-powered equipment to, drill through an iceberg. It ain't free.
Yeah, but is an iceberg stronger than stone?
Question mark.
Oh no! Oh no! But that's still gonna pierce and miss. Ugh!
Accidental TFC into Judgment happens all the time.
Oh no! No, Delta Ray!
Oh my goodness!
No!
Oh my goodness!
Freeze! Double damage right there!
Yikes! This is not looking good for Wintegral here.
Man, what a corny shot that was.
Get out! Get out right now!
No!
Leave! No!
No! I have to commentate!
No! Corny shot? Can't. Oh man, I'm leaving.
No.
If you don't leave, I'm leaving.
No.
Oh, almost the ×2. Did you see that? Oh my goodness.
That blast man is ×2. Not looking good so far. Yo, the Wintegral charge shot is 140 per hit. 140 pushing, non-flinching. You really cannot get better than that for a charge shot.
Indeed. Nonstop finally remembering that he does in fact have the anti-damage installed, so he went for it just now. Really good decision too. Instead
Wait,
of
what?
taking these charge shots.
Wait,
Ooh,
but-
Balzar. 1, 2, 3. Okay, not bad, not bad. Good damage, good damage.
wait, but how did Nonstopmop use grab banish and grab revenge?
That's a great question. Oh, it must have been end of turn on the former turn.
Yeah, because two banishes like back to back like that. I'm gonna assume it's because like they still hadn't left those panels yet. Wow, I didn't know you could do something like that. That's incredible. Again, even 15 years after this game came out, I'm learning new stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. This game has so much tech.
Oh, I did not know you could do something like that. Hey, Corn, what's up?
Hi, Rush. What's up?
Sorry, Rush, no more for you. You ain't freeloading anymore. Uh-oh.
Ooh, Aquaman SP? Oh, if you were in the back row, that would have been insane. Honestly. Oh, but Count is just as good! Wait, we have Count! Oh, he doesn't take it.
Not yet.
I don't know. I would have took Count. Got a mind game it! Got a mind game it! Oh my goodness! Nope.
Nope.
Not
Nope.
today. Not
Not
yesterday.
today.
Not tomorrow either. None of that. None of that.
You freaking Daigo over here, like pairing all that stuff.
The worst feeling is using a mega chip. Oh no, TFT. Really?
Oh no!
Oh. I love it. I love it. Oh no! It blocked. It definitely blocked. Oh, he didn't. He must have missed the input.
Blood rain!
Yeah, it's stronger than normal rain.
I mean, it's grosser. I don't think I want blood on my jacket.
Yeah, me neither.
Grab revenge!
Oh, no TFT. Oh, no
Wait, what?
push because of the bubble. Wow, how interesting. What an interaction that was.
Wait, what? So if you activate a barrier after that?
I guess it stops the pull? That was very wacky. Maybe it's something exclusive to Bubble Wrap. Someone clip that. We need that for research purposes.
That's... Again, new text after all this time. Or at least to me it's new.
Blue going for the freeze? No freeze! Oh no, you fool!
Oh, that's unfortunate. The holy panel it's only gonna do half damage now. Well, he's saying, oh, you call that a double beast? Here's a double beast.
My double beast is better than your double beast.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better.
Better than you.
No, you
No,
can't.
you can't. Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Oh, no! Oh, okay. All right. I thought he was actually going to nail it.
No, Gengar
It's going to be four. It's going to be 4 rocks. 1.
One!
I've never seen one before.
One!
I've never seen 1 rock hit before. Somebody clip that.
1 rock!
I've never seen that. That is the worst kind of luck I've ever seen in my life.
That's...
Oh my, nonstop. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened to you. You didn't deserve that.
That's some
You
horrible
didn't deserve
luck.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no,
Wow.
Aquaman doesn't work that close.
Bubble.
Yes, Aquaman doesn't activate the hose if they're too close.
I think going into our cross is a bad decision here. Oh, we just countering out here. Yeah, that makes sense. That also makes sense. No, yeah. Good decision. Okay.
Is this an IKEA showroom? Because I'm seeing a lot of counters here.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, you don't want to cross when you have something like anti-damage or shield in your nav because once you're in a cross, you lose access to those back B options. Honey Bomber as well.
Well, doesn't uninstall remove anti-damage anyway?
Oh yeah, absolutely does. It removes anti-damage in any back B.
Yeah, so they probably didn't have any other choice.
Oh, he was uninstalled. That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, double beast!
Shake my head.
That double beast.
Oh no, your trap's gonna go bye-bye.
Oh!
Oh, but he dodged it the first time. If he only had the hindsight to press forward. Yikes. Maybe it was the end lag from the No, that doesn't make any sense either.
Oh man. Whoops.
Yeah, have some ice.
Ice, baby.
Yeah, this turn is a little lackluster. You have an area grab, not much to do with it unless you go into a cross, maybe? Oh.
Gengar is
Redemption?
back!
Redemption?
With that hot breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5!
Wow, 5. Wow.
5
Starting
runs!
from the bottom, now we here. Oh my goodness.
Oh
man.
Is 5 the most possible?
Yeah, 5 is the most possible.
Yo, that's some good tasty RNG. Double beast! Drill arm, scratches, swords, gloves, the whole, everything but the kitchen sink.
Oh, Aquaman SP. I want to see a ×2 Aquaman SP on fire, buddy. That's the best thing.
I want to see that too. Like, yeah, Blue Mage on YouTube says dog redeemed. Completely agree with that. Uh-oh. Ooh!
I agree. Yeah. We don't want to get frozen for no reason.
Yeah, like, it's already too cold outside for that.
Oh, Proto Man.
Ugh.
Goodbye, barrier. Is Blastman in hand too?
Oh no, it's grabbing.
Oh, wow. Waiting for it. Blastman follow up on the grass. Can he nail it? Oh, no. Okay.
Okay, if that would have been caught, that would have been insane.
That would have been insane.
Yeah, that would have.
Know who would do it? Sal would do it.
This is nuts. That was only one match and already. Whoa, static! Yo. Whoa, watch out.
There it is. Aquaman SP's in hand. Oh, are we gonna get the ×2? I want this. I want this more than anything right now. Come on, ×2. ×2. Please. The turn's almost over, please. Oh, I couldn't get it. Dang.
That still hurts though. That's 240, 480, 720.
7 points.
Well, let's see, 240, 480. Yes, that's 720. Because like, I gotta remember that because in terms of resolution, I gotta remember 240p. Yeah, 720p. 720 times 3, 240p.
Wow, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't even thought of it like that.
It's the best way to upscale GBA content.
When you get manage your opponents, so you try to throw Bowser at them instead.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Look at this image right here. You see two chicks floating. You see some beams coming out the floor and a star on the ground with some numbers. Out of context, this wouldn't make sense to anybody.
Oh.
You're invisible though.
Wow.
Oh, no.
He wasn't invisible. He just wasn't on the screen yet.
Wow, like he literally left the field saying, I got better things to do. Ah, dang it.
Bad defenses anyway. Unfort. Not a good turn. Keeping that Bowser just wasn't worth it after all, huh?
Big.
I'd probably go for Groundman here. Groundman would help deal with some Sanctuary panels. Yeah.
So we gotta give an F for that falser. Big F.
I think TFC and Groundman here was correct as well.
Dang it.
Yeah, because now you have this situation.
Oh, the ×2 ground man, so close. 1, 2, 3.
Only getting rid of 3 of those panels too. All mega bad luck right now.
Pop goes the Weasel, or in this case, the Wintegral.
Ooh, we still have Circus Man in hand, so we can still see that connect.
Stop being a clown, Soul. We got no time for the circus. Ooh, think about that. Ooh, think about a barrier. Ooh, just barely grazed him. Circus Man is a piercing chip.
Yeah, it is invis piercing, so it would be able to do damage regardless of what you throw at him.
But you just have to catch him is the only problem.
The thing here is, if instead of Circus Man, I would have played something like Heat Man, SP, because it's on code with one right here. Yeah.
You're right. Thanks,
Then
Saul.
you would have been able to take both those in the same hand. Yeah, that would have been really nice. Oh, nice. The bubble wrap coming and clutching this one instance here, yo. Whew. That would have been dangerous.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that ain't gonna happen today.
I like changing to dust here, possibly to try and destroy some of these sanctuary panels. Maybe beasting out to get rid of some more of these panels would be really good, actually. Yeah, there we go. Beast out and should charge away some of these.
Oh, that's true.
No. Oh, okay, he's just doing that. Okay, that works.
Right. The Dust Beast charge shot destroys panels. And it moves you off the field, too. Even though you're just hovering like a few feet above it, that counts as off the field.
Why? Oh, okay, you know what? Sure. I think this is a worse situation for you though, because your opponent can deny your sanctuary panels with the charge shot. Yeah, chip charging definitely would have been better.
There's the other problem of the counts chip will not give that extra spike if they're not on a normal panel. Sanctuary doesn't count as a normal panel.
Yeah, destroying those panels would have been way better. At least we have Tengu to remove the barrier, so that's actually not that bad.
Yo, I'll batch it up, baby. The last 2 chips in the folder. This is rough because Sanctuary halves everything, and unlike other panels, unlike some of the other panels, Sanctuary does not go away. Like, it just stays there forever.
Oof. Maybe taking the charge shot there would have been better? That's not that good of a trade though, because the holy panels, yeah.
This is not good.
Oh, this is optimal setup actually for count here, but oh wow.
Run.
And that's it. Those are all your chips now. It's just you and your buster, which is good enough apparently.
Remember, the only friend you can trust is the buster on your arm.
Turn 14. We might see a damage judge here. Beast over. Smart. Just deny more damage from your opponent. Really? I think that was a bad decision.
Oh!
On a grass
battle!
He lost. Oh yeah, he lost. He lost, oh boy. Remember, he used 2 recover 600, so that HP is what we're seeing right now. Yeah, absolutely.
Dang. That charge shot really did widen that gap even more.
Yeah, that was a little greedy. I would have just beast over. playerzero on Twitch chat says he doesn't think that the beast over would have made a difference. You're probably right. Yeah, I think there was a disparity in terms of damage, actually, yeah.
Well, you really can't do much when your opponent is completely invincible.
Yeah.
Oh, let's rock! Although the barrier's gonna protect him. Ah! No!
That perfect movement.
Ultra Instinct.
Oh, you didn't mean to do that. Oh, don't forget about me.
Cannot forget all the anti-damage, man.
Going right for the unstall. Oh, into that grab revenge. All materia gonna disappear now.
Dang it.
Oh,
Unstall!
nice clip anyway. Oh, that's so good.
Well, that anti-damage is gone now.
Oh. Can I get that Aquaman with the side order of ×2, please? Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Use your charge shots. Use your charge shots. You're wasting time. Oh, he got it. He got it. Okay, wait, are you going to get a second one? Oh, my gosh. No, no, no.
Gengar, no!
Oh, why do we have to be here?
Gengar, hot breath. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's right. Charge shots, Tengu. Oh, yikes. Had to be Buster Gun. Oh, man, that's unfortunate.
Dang it.
Yikes.
What? Yeah, that is rough. You have to keep in mind if you change your charge shot, you gotta keep in mind the range you're exchanging.
Dang, these clips.
Yo, those blanks, man. Fire
Bug Fix is in hand, but they don't want to go for Bug Fix because of the humor.
Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would have been 500 damage right there.
Wow.
Pop. Pop. Probably better to fix that now rather than later.
I think so too. I think Corn Shot definitely has the most satisfying sound effect.
Wait, what?
Corn Shot just. It's so good.
I still remember. I still remember what my friend said. Oh!
Oh! Oh!
Oh! Say it with me. Del.
So,
Like, Bruno said, what? I'm out. It's funny though, when we bought Network 6, my friend always hated the fact that the bomb corn was on the back, and he said like, why bomb corn? Like it's a stupid looking virus. Why not something cooler? And I always kept that in mind, because I thought it was a very funny thing for him to say. Uh-oh. Proto Man.
goodbye barrier.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I really do think going for the bug fix here is better. You're already so behind on terms of damage. Like, you need your Buster Bug at this point to start catching up.
Yeah, because if you're just firing blanks, then
or we can get ×2. Oh no, ×2.
Yeah, also 1, 2, 3, and
600.
Cool breath this time instead of hot breath. Yo, get that ×2 point. Oh, bug. Never mind. I was typing for time to bug fix, but that uninstall just not looking good.
Bug fix? I'm trying to see that.
Yes, it fixes your bugs and your opponent's bugs. It's that good. It's that good of a tip.
The times 2 proc is busted.
Watch out. Ow. Pop. Ah, Life Aura.
If only you got the times 2. Times 2 ground man would make like Life Aura completely useless in this situation. Well, not completely. You block one of the rocks, but taking another times 2 from 2, that's damage.
That's big damage.
Oh man, the invisible TFC not gonna get destroyed by a ground man on this side.
Nope. Oh, static! Oh no! The static is incoming!
Okay. What do you do here? You step forward, you go down.
I say step back. Oh no, you can't step back because of the hole.
You can't step back because you'll still get clipped. Oh no, you won't. No, you won't. You could step back.
Well, they can't because they got uninstalled.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, that worked out. That's not bad.
Oof.
Hop in the hand as well. We'll get back to air shoes. Jordan's is back on the feet. We good. We Gucci.
We Gucci. We good like Gucci. Magnum.
Nice. Buster proc there. Getting rid of the anti-damage as well. Element Man times 2. Go for elect. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yo, swag, man. You know, fun fact, Element Man, wait, hold on. Well, I was gonna say that Element Man's electric attack does more than Thunderman SP, but I don't remember what the SP amount was in Battle 4.
Dang, I don't have the knowledge on that. I think it is 120 though. Ooh, Bubble Wrap. Showing a lot of promise in this match. Man, Bubble Wrap being slept on by me at least. That's such a good chip.
Alright, I would start moving out the way after I just lost 600 HP from just Buster shots.
Nah, I want my trades.
No, is that really a trade by this point?
Yeah, apparently.
Uh-oh.
Ice? Yeah, I guess. That makes sense.
Ice. Alright, Shield. I forgot about Shield. Ooh, that taste
kill range. Double Beast. Do we see Bubble Beast on the opposite side already?
Yes. It was blocked by the anti-damage.
Oh, nice. So anti-damage. Oh, almost.
Just at the last minute. Nonstopmop missed out on the Coney Island. Blood on grass! No!
1 HP to your name. Do you make it to the end of turn? He does. He made it. 400. Yo, he can clear it out. He can actually end this game right now. Double Beast. Oh, they both beast out. Wow.
Can't believe that!
He hit the 5! Oh my goodness! It's now Buster Gun! Now it's Butter Gun! Oh no! Oh my goodness! Wow!
That Gregor Buster fired, but the shot didn't make it in time!
Wow!
I cannot believe you literally... That was the Matrix right there! That... Wintegral was Neo! They saw the shot, and they still managed to avoid being killed!
That was insane! That was actually insane!
Please tell me someone clipped that. That was just so good.
Man said, the world.
I am literally shaking in my air shoes right now because that was so good. Oh my gosh. I'm actually curious. Actually, no. If it went to damage judge, most likely Wintegral would have lost simply because Wintegral used 2 HP 300s. So it most likely would have gone to Nonstopmop if I had to take a guess. Ooh. Give me a second. That was a lot to process right there. That was literally the definition of down to the wire. It was the last turn. Both players had their last chips. Oh boy. Okay.
And it doesn't stop there because up next we got Bacon Stunner making his return with Thiago as well.
Yo, Iago from Aladdin? Oh.
Hey.
No, I'm just kidding. Yo, we're back to Bacon. Oh man, that was okay. All right, I'm fine. Okay.
You recouped. You're okay. We're good. We can keep going.
I don't know. That was
I
just
don't know either.
That was just a good match. Okay, both Bacon and Thiago have fought already, so there isn't too much to say. As you know, Totem has chip heal and it gives fire body at the same time. Akon has aqua body, I believe, but
Yep, he gets Totem Fire Body from.
yes, yeah, and as we mentioned before, that order matters. Even though Octon gives aqua body, Totem is below it, so Totem's fire body takes priority over the aqua body.
I think the central mod cards to look at here is the Skullman versus the Top Man matchup. Skullman trying to give that Buster Bug. Oh, not Buster Bug. He's trying to give the HP Bug to his opponent with those charge shots, whereas Top Man's just going to be going for DPS on those B button pushes. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup for sure.
Realistically, Top Man will probably destroy Skullman in a fight simply because of how annoying Top Man is.
He is a really annoying boss battle down there for absolutely.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna say Thiago got this just because of Top Man is just annoying.
And we confirmed it here, folks. That was bias on stream. Someone call it Eurasia bias. Can't have no bias around here. Oh no.
No, I just have a PTSD from trying to SP Top Man and just never been able to do it. I'm just saying. That's fine. Let's try to see who got this. Okay.
Okay.
So it seems like somebody started with Invisible from that sound.
Not sure who yet. I think both players have access to status card. Or status bug, excuse me.
So it could be either one of them that could be invisible right now.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that comes from the color. I think I'm not sure which bug it's called on the mod card. Oh yeah, color bug. It is still color bug. That's from the color bug, which gives you a chance of starting the game with green invincibility, invisible, blind, or confused. I wasn't sure if it was still considered color bug on the mod card list. Okay, how rude! How rude! You just popped off a static like boom and ground.
Right. No punches being pulled at the start here. That's crazy.
Yo, big damage from the start, man. And you got by Charlie. Even Charlie's getting on this.
Yo, this is stacked. This is stacked. Oh my goodness.
Nonstop. Nonstop. Buster has already evened the playing field on her that first turn, despite having an over 500 HP difference.
Gonna go for the full cust here.
Yo, that's a tasty hand. He's got a lot of options right there.
Yeah, all the options right here, actually. Bubble.
Okay, that's a lot.
No, I think that's correct. I actually enjoyed that positioning. Yeah. And the turn with the double buster up. I think that's right. That's what I would do at least.
Yo, write that down for when you fight Soul. He's gonna go with double attack up. Double hit?
Oh,
And
double hit? That's rude. Wow, Buster. Everything's just going right.
No, watch it, Buster. It's only a game. We don't want to kill our opponents. Just delete them.
Actually, thinking about what you would send back here is pretty interesting. I think I would send back Tengu just because I have access to Tengu Cross. But no, they decided to go ahead and do that. I actually opted to keep Tengu here.
Well, full custom for everybody. Ooh, Buster! Oh, yeah, this is at the very end of the TFC chain?
That was so close. A little too close. Yeah, when you're facing your opponent with Buster, but oh man, the perfect positioning for that SP and the double damage. Oh my goodness, wow. Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, you know your opponent has Buster Bug, it's worth just sitting on the anti-damage instead of just losing it to a Buster Bug. It encourages camping, honestly. You might take more damage theoretically, but it's like, it's better to hold on to the anti-damage in my opinion. Or at least wait till the end of the turn to drop it. Going into Tengu now. That's interesting.
Oh, we're going to Tengu now.
Oh, that's so good. We can follow up with this Evasion here now.
We'll take one Viz. Oh, okay. You erase me, I erase you.
What's interesting here is that Thiago can opt to just not press any buttons at all and get Rage for free. Oh, he doesn't get it. Okay.
Alright, because bug fix. Well, that did not go well for Buster right there. I mean, yeah, for Buster. I have to, I don't know. Yeah, I'm still frazzled from the last match, my bad.
It's okay, dude. We're all a little frazzled. Ooh, I like the idea for going to Poison Seed here, finally trying to get these Buster Bugs. Oh, I keep saying Buster Bugs, these HP Bugs to proc. They're draining it really fast now. Oh, nice. And now the poison panels are coming into play too, so we're seeing some major HP dropping here. Another flinch, which will stack up that bug again. Oh, now we see the HP really draining now. Nice, waiting until the very end of the turn to drop that defense. You know what? Yeah, I kind of like this. In this play, it is possible to see your opponent drop something that will change panels like Element. So going for the second seed is pretty good here. I'm not sure if I would like to take Tengu because you could possibly lose Tengu. Nice. Static is going to completely whiff here. Guarded is in play thanks to Tomahawk. Double Beast coming out. Nice. This actually puts Buster Cannon in the lead for the moment. Oh, what? Using the charge shot to threaten the opponent backward into a heat dragon. That was so nice. And playing basketball with the last poison seed. Unfortunately, gonna shoot it right into a hole.
Yeah, that was a pretty good three-pointer right there.
Yeah. From beyond the the line. You know what I'm saying, my man? Out of town, just taking the basket for free.
You really make me want to play basketball again. The good old days. Yo, I hate perma holes, man. Ah!
Oh my gosh! Oh, the Muramasa! Holy cow!
The Muramasa!
But we get the double hit and we get back to HP with this beautiful life orb guarding the rest of their life.
That HP is going down fast.
Wow, Muramasa!
Oh my gosh!
Oh, Buster Bug's putting in so much work. Using the area grab to get back some HP. What is your Oh my gosh.
This is why you wear a shirt in the winter.
This is why you always wear the shirt. Yes.
Yo, that Muramasa D-Cross. Nuts.
Going for turn one invisible is actually not that bad here. You can bait rush early. Go ahead, move on with your bait plans. Static uninstall with tumble buster ups. Yeah, no, you know what? This is actually amazing.
Yes, instead of praise the sun, praise the darkness of Muramasa.
I agree.
You know, I'm honestly glad that that dark ships are kind of gone because you can only use Muramasa if you were dark in the 4 and 5. Because Muramasa was an evil chip. Evil.
Honestly, it's still pretty evil in my opinion.
I don't think it's that evil. Just sacrificing your pain and putting it into the sword. That's not evil. I mean, tell me, if you got a paper cut, would you prefer to transfer that pain to a weapon rather than dealing with a paper cut?
Well, it's in terms of looking at your opponent taking that extra pain from you because you dealt them pain. So sharing pain and inflicting pain is just like, that's pretty evil.
I don't know, man. And if you remember Naruto, we'll understand each other once we know pain. Pain. Ooh, that double beast! Double beast TFC! Oh my, yo, so look at that custom bug ticking down.
Yeah, it's going down further and further.
Yo, it really hurts to just lose HP even while time is stopped. Not fair.
Oh no, all's fair, man. You got some Muramasa, you got some Heat Dragons. It's all fair.
Hey, there's Falser. Yo, all G all day, every day.
Yeah, G-Code is just so valuable in this format. It has everything. It has damage, it has control, it has decrossing options.
Double beast, baby!
Lots of double beasts.
So much double beast that should be called quad beast at this point.
Oh man, I'm for it.
Drill to the face. Oh my god, look at that poison!
Poison.
Oh, okay,
the
you
custom
see?
HP bug, yeah, it adds up.
For this, Jordans aren't good enough. You gotta bring Tim's. Because air shoes doesn't protect you from the effects of panels. You need float shoes for that. So
nah, float shoes are the Pumas, bro. Pumas are float shoes. Because you can tell like a cat, bro.
So it still hurts, man. Like his HP is going down so fast. It goes down. It went down 2 instead of 1. Like, oh my gosh! Can you imagine poison panels on top of poison pharaoh with all that damage? That would have been a D-Cross right there.
Wow, the static's just barely hitting there. Oh, Nice. Okay, Bowser does land, but that Gundam Soul just doing so much damage.
That was 700 damage right there. Look at all that damage!
Groundman SP gonna whiff into it, and this here, all the damage protecting him from the buster, the HP bugs, and this poison panel on the field.
Oh my
Look at that
God.
HP go! Definitely lighting a fire under Thiago.
This custom block is also getting worse too.
Yep, sure is.
Oh my God! That's evil. I have not fought that kind of strategy. That's evil right there.
Yeah, it's a really good strategy. I like it a lot.
Of course, of course, it had to be bacon. So everything good in this world has a downside. You want to have bacon, it starts taking away your HP slowly. Then it takes away more HP over time.
And then suddenly you can't move as good.
Why does
you eat so much bacon?
Why does everything good have a downside to it? Why bacon? Why?
No, you taste so good, but clearly you're not healthy for me. Oh my gosh.
You've got life aura. Alright, life aura.
Oh, okay. Everybody has a life aura.
Yeah, Tomahawk Man isn't gonna help here either. No! Tomahawk Man! Fall to the floor! Crash, bang.
Okay, what Buster wants here is for his opponent to step. Don't take away those panels. Oh man. He wants to use this Tengu Man.
Yeah, but the problem is Tengu Man will not hit that corner at all.
Nah. Your opponent's very intent on just staying there and camping.
Good thing on the grass panel there. If there was a grass panel there, that definitely would have broken that aura. Have to get rid of that aura ASAP.
Thank you, Cross. Gonna be able to deal with that barrier almost immediately. But still need to find a way to deal damage and get area back in the same turn. No judgment in hand, so that's not going to really help with that. But we do have Element Man and Grab Banish, so you can do a decent amount of damage here. And throw down another seed because you have to go for a Lek as well. So the thing about cracked or hole panels is that unless it's a perma-hole, they will be overwritten into poison seed panels as long as you throw one in a normal panel near it, right? So you can go for the damage and reset your poison seed panels very easily here. Nice.
Well, I pulled him into it.
Even got the P shot in at the end there.
Do not use wood. Okay. I got worried for a second.
Now step in the center. Nice, there it is.
You know, it's Buster big business because of all that pollution on the floor. I swear, just poisoning our water supply and crops.
Ooh, Gundam will actually be the end of the game right here. Go Tomahawk, yeah, that's right. Go Tomahawk right in there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tomahawk has status guard, so it can't be paralyzed or stunned or anything.
Ooh, he's going ground. That's a little risky.
It is very risky, honey.
I hate it here.
Oh no!
Oh no! And the ×2! This will be guaranteed to hit. Thiago doesn't have to press anything. It'll aim straight automatically. 4 times 2 damage. Oh my gosh. Yikes. And just like that, a complete reversal, but we do have ×2. Why isn't he stepping back and going for it? No, what is going on here? Just do your static! What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Yo, Buster, why?
I know your name has cannon, but you didn't have to use your cannon the whole time.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
risky.
Honey.
Oh, I mean, you pulled it off in the end, but you almost didn't.
That was crazy. He just did not want to use static. Oh man, would it have missed?
Right.
Were
I
you?
forgot. It was bug fixed.
Oh, he was bug fixed. Oh, okay, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, all right.
Oh man,
Like I was literally about to go over there and shake you and give you a dark chip as a reward, but okay. Like that's why I'm not a big fan of static, because I'm usually not bugged like that. At least not that badly.
yeah.
But static becomes useless pretty much if you use your a bug fix at all. Oh boy,
That was a very stressful game.
it is. Like this is why I'm trying to stay hydrated, because literally my hair's falling out because of this.
Yeah, we're not done yet. We have one more match for you guys, and that's gonna be Nonstopmop versus BlueStar. All right, we've seen these Titans play before. We know what they're setting up to do. Bomb Corn for the charge shot, Horn shot, and Nightman and Hetty to get some really nice Buster Gun power into there with that ×2 double attack power Nightman. It's going to be an interesting match to behold for sure.
A lot of bustering gonna come from BlueStar side because that Nightman attack ×2. So that's gonna be fun.
What's going to be interesting though is that Nonstop does have access to that anti-damage MCP. So we're going to see how well they can utilize that before an uninstall possibly.
Yes, anti-damage is great until you get uninstalled, which stinks. But as we've seen in the previous matches, anti-damage really does protect you from a lot. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, the Navi customizer version of anti-damage can even block the cursor chips too. So it's actually superior to the chip version. Very similar to how the mod card version of Risky Honey is superior to the chip version, as even fire can't break through it either. It's interesting that Capcom made that choice, in my opinion. But I'm guessing they made that choice because it's more high risk, since you have to press back B. But that's just me rambling about my thoughts. So, are you ready for the final match?
I sure am. Let's get to it.
Last operation, set,
In. Oh, and we're ending it with the Battle Network 4 music. God bless you, Nonstop.
Yo, Battle Network 4? Yo, going back to 2004, man.
Oh man, Battle Network 4 is my favorite game, man. I love it so much.
Even though, like, everybody and their grandmother says Battle Network 4 is the worst game in the series.
Ah, poppycock.
I will admit there are some flaws, but there's a lot of things Battle Network 4 did that, in my opinion, are better than any of the current games.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
The main one is that Battle Network 4 allows you to fight both versions in one game. Like, you can't do that in any later games. You're stuck with whatever version you have. Ooh.
Your 200 on top of a holy panel will reduce a lot of damage. But yeah, Nonstop opted to just remove that altogether and change those panels into these beautiful grass panels.
I realize this is Fire Body versus Aqua Body. The Fire Body on the red panels and Aqua Body on the blue panels. It's literally red versus blue. I love it. Professor Trickroom on YouTube said BN4 also introduced the TFC. Yes. Yes, it did. Although I forget what it was called in BN4. I think it had a slightly different name in BN4. But yeah, but BN4 set the foundation of what made the later games great. Oh! Oh wait, that's normal damage. That's normal damage.
Yeah, it's normal damage.
Yo, be gone!
Oh, the counter hit. Oh, into a ×2?
Oh!
Wow, nice. What I love about this charge shot is that it doesn't cause flashing, which allows you to pressure the opponent with damage, forcing them to maybe go for a defensive option. Easy 420 right there from the double beast. Still in the lead though. BlueStar probably isn't feeling too much pressure right now. Feeling really comfortable and confident.
Oh my god, hearing this song really is taking me back, man. I gotta get that music patch on.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh! Oh! It is strange how the music patch can't be used with the translation patch.
Well, it's, you know, programming. I don't know nothing about that stuff. Someone could probably get it done, though.
Where's Prof? We gotta find Prof. Alright, I am fully hydrated now.
In Twitch chat, Wintegral says, dude, just learn Japanese. That's funny.
Yeah, like I'm familiar with the majority of the chip names in Japanese, but you know, not everyone wants to do that.
Ooh. Oh, but he still got it. That's so crazy.
Yo,
oh my gosh.
Long. Reflect lasts like 20 hours.
Wow, the end leg there, still getting the counter. Oh yeah, I know BlueStar was feeling himself for that one. I can feel his snickering from over here. And turn immediately? I think that was a good decision. Ending it with an anti-damage maybe is a little incorrect, but going into the next turn is always good. Double vanish into this turn? That's an interesting decision. I guess your opponent only has 2 area grabs, so it's going to be easy to deny that with...
Ah! That uninstalled green, wood drop. No, not again!
Wow! These reflectors is doing so much work!
Reflector 3 OP! You gotta be careful with those reflectors.
Using the next banish there just for some quick recovery. Is that Delta Ray? And you're not going for it in this prime setup? Madness. This is utter madness.
The madness? This is not work!
I'm mad I set you up for that. I'm really upset that you even... Oh, okay. Alright, good job. You got me.
Oh
nice, sharp shot's done.
Oh my god, that HP is dropping.
Yeah, Nonstop is still in the deficit here, but not looking too bad.
Double damage!
Yeah, okay. Yeah, these charge shots are definitely gonna help him catch up.
Oh my god!
Oh, the very tail end of that charge shot. Oh, another one! Jeez. Yeah, go for Gregor. You have to. You gotta do it. It has to be Gregor.
Yeah, Gregor is safer.
He wants to finish with... He wants to finish. Delta Ray, are we gonna get it on stream?
Oh, bug fix.
Okay. Okay. Just going for some HPs. Just going for some HPs. The opponent, it looks like BlueStar's taking the bait. He's taking the bait. Oh no.
So say with me. Let's do it. Delta Ray. Yes, we saw Delta Ray. Full Delta Ray kill.
Nice.
Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot. The Japanese initials for that R is Dre. Because it's Delta Ray Edge.
Yeah, like Dr. Dre.
Yo. So I'm really glad that I can count on you for that. I can count on you for those sick references. You can count on me for the corny jokes.
Oh, it is. Yikes. I do like the choice for going for a heat cross here because that charge shot is so oppressive early on.
Okay. Go for it this time.
Oh, but the barrier 200 is going to go ahead and deny almost all that damage.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, that was a regular ground man. I'm like, every time I see ground man, I would think it's SSP. Another good thing about heat cross, it gives you attack +1 also. So it's pretty good. It gives you an auto attack +1. I do appreciate how the crosses in this game do more to you than the souls did. Although don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the souls too, but crosses are just better. Ooh, got a blast.
Anti-damage in hand. I like the choice to just hold on to it.
Well, he has the anti-damage not with us too, so he doesn't have as much reason to use it.
Man, I love this music right now. This is actually giving me life energy, bro.
Yeah, you know I'm late. I just realized this is the gospel boss music. In my opinion, the best boss music is between 5 and 3. For me, number 5 and 3 have the best boss musics. Final boss music. Ah! Good setup. Ooh,
man, I really like the fire burner charge shot. Oh, that's so much damage.
Fun fact: in Bannerwork 2 and 3, the heat cross charge shot was called Hell's Burner.
Hell's Burner.
But then they changed it because they realized, oh no. I think they changed it to Final Burner in English. Something like that. It's been a while. Hex Burner. playerzero asks Hell's rolling. It's Hell's with a Z. It's not with an S, it's with a Z. It's Hell's with a Z. Yeah, it's just HELLZ.
Oh my gosh, this charge shot.
Oh my god!
So good. So good.
Yo, man, we should be going to the movies with all that popcorn right there. That's literally enough popcorn for the entire N1GP. Alright, so how about you? What is your favorite attack from base?
My favorite base attack?
Yes.
I actually have 2, and they both originate in Battle Network 4. The first one is Darkness Overload.
Oh,
that move is amazing. Yeah, I really like that move. And I particularly like his Battle Network 4 rendition of the Dark Sword, because it was really hard to avoid.
Heck yeah, man. You got good taste, buddy. Oh, Rush. Rush has been trying so hard. But everyone knows there's a barrier up. Oh! That was good timing right there. They waited for the very end of that.
Holding on to this anti-damage is pretty good. And in turn, dropping it down, yeah, very smart. Can you avoid that buster though? And will there be a proc on it? Find out in the next round.
the good part is the next round is coming up. It's not next week or anything.
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
Charge. Not cash. Charge.
Oh no! How many rocks? If you get 4 rocks, you're
2,
actually
3.
wow. Oh, actually goated. Oh, overfire again! BlueStar, stop it! Oh, the accidental TFC! Oh, it's over. This game's over. Now he's too far in his head.
Zero set in Battle and X4. It's not over yet.
Oh,
Awesome counter!
that's great. He's doing it. Guys, he's really doing it.
The legend!
Oh, this is so smart. Going for the Element Man here. The ice will force a reaction. Oh, but he needs to step down. Okay. Buster shots? Oh, no, he's trapped. If you're smart, you don't step down. Don't step down, you're fine. Okay, yeah, he had to do it. He had to. No choice. Gotta get that recover. Oh, that was really good movement from BlueStar. Nonstop didn't get clipped here. 46 HP to 60. A couple buster shots, missing 2 charge shots. Oh, the recover to 77 HP. Oh, 1 HP left. 1 HP. BlueStar does have a little bit of flashing left over from this Rat Banish though. So he can squeeze in some kind of offensive maneuver. We don't know what that's gonna be yet though.
No, what's gonna happen?
Ship. Oh, so smart. Nonstop goes for the recover. The invisible. Oh, recovery the cover. Oh my gosh, yes. 300 HP. Battery 100 goes up.
Magnum.
They're hanging on. Multi-hits. Oh, the buster gun. Okay, so smart. Camping up. Will deny some of these buster shots and drag it out to the next turn.
Oh my god!
This has to be it.
Yeah, it's gonna end this turn. Guaranteed.
13 HP is a cursed number. But will it be Nonstop's curse or BlueStar's? Oh, he dodges. Oh, the one! Okay, this deals with the barrier. Oh, this is it. That's it.
This game! Groundman with the win!
Wow.
Let's go! That's why Chip Heel is so powerful. It reactivates undershirt every time. Oh boy!
Wow, that was intense. A little too intense, if you ask me.
Told you, you can't stop the mop. Good game, BlueStar. You almost had it.
Can't stop, won't stop, can't stop. I'm mop every day. Every day, baby. All we do is mop here. All we do is mop.
Every day we're mopping. Heck yeah, man. That was good. Oh, man. Like all good things, it has to come to an end, unfortunately. That was our last match of the mod cards.
End for this stream, but a new beginning for next week's new moon. If you are very satisfied with what you see here, you can be a part of it. Join us in the N1GB Discord and our upcoming new moon tournaments. We will be playing more mod cards. If you're interested in learning, we are definitely available to help you out.
Yes, we are. Our community is friendly. We have the resources for you to learn. And if you have any questions, always feel free to ask.
We are always available for questions.
And yeah, so as Eurasia and SoulXCross mentioned, this was the last match for today's stream, but don't worry. So the signups for next week, which is going to be Cycle 15, is still open. So the instructions are on the screen right now. Cycle 15 is going to start on Monday, so you don't have too much time for signing up. So make sure, if you're interested, to head to the N1GP Discord and fill in the sign up sheet today by doing !New Moon, which will give you all the information on how to sign up. Alright, but before we end the stream, I do want to give a quick shout out to the donations that we've received during the stream today. So thank you to Zay for starting us off with the $10 donation, and then to BlueStar for the follow-up, and GG's for all the great matches as well. So these donations are very much greatly appreciated, and they basically are helping us improve the N1 GP and improve the way things work. We're working on new additions. We pretty recently had the improved audio, which I'm sure you've noticed if you've been watching some of the older streams as well. So again, thank you everyone for the donations and the support. Alright, and with that will be the end of today's stream. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the stream as much as I did. Definitely was a lot of fun. And obviously huge shout out to Salad for organizing the tournament and doing the stream layout, as well as to SoulXCross and Eurasia for joining us on commentary.
Yes, so that was a lot of fun. I hope to see you guys in the N1GP Discord and see what battling.
Absolutely, me too, man. You know, right before we close it out, you want to hit him with it one last time? Follow my lead, Eurasia. Absolutely. Jack in, Mega Man.
Execute.
Alright, that will be us. That will be us for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully we'll see you again next week for the Cycle 15 stream. Take care and goodbye.
Bye.